Champions League nights never disappoint, and tonight was no different. Four games, four stories, and plenty of drama to break down. Let's dive in together. Champions League nights, they hit different. Last night had everything: tension, late drama, extra time madness, and moments that completely flipped ties on their head. Real Madrid doing what Real Madrid do in Europe, Galatasaray surviving a war in extra time, Atalanta leaving it until the absolute last second, and PSG reminding everyone they're still in the serious force. This wasn't just another match day. This was a knockout football at its rawest. Let's break down exactly how it all unfolded. Full time score: Real Madrid 2, Benfica 1. On aggregate, Real Madrid won 3 goals to 1. In Santiago Bernabeu, Vinicius blows his whistle for one final time then. Real Madrid fight back to win 2-1 on the night and 3-1 on aggregate. Just like in the first leg last week, it's the informed Vinicius Jr. who wins the day with a cool second half finish. It was far from a vintage Real Madrid performance, and Benfica deservedly took the lead through Rafa. But once Chouameni's excellent curling finish had restored parity, they never really did enough to trouble Real Madrid, save for one nervy moment when Rafa's deflected shot hit the crossbar in the second half. Madrid, who actually had an inferior XG of 1.11 to 1.98, can now look forward to the last 16 tie with either Manchester City or Sporting Lisbon. And if they get the former, he would wager they will need a marked improvement over 2 legs to reach the quarterfinals. But that's something to ponder another day. Once again, full-time score: Real Madrid 2, Benfica 1. On aggregate, Real Madrid 3, Benfica 1. Full-time score: Juventus 3, Galatasaray 2. On aggregates, Juventus 5, Galatasaray 7. In the Allianz Stadium, a truly epic 2-leg tie ends after 120 minutes of intense action in Turin, as Galatasaray go through the Champions League's last 16 with a 7-5 aggregate victory over Juventus, despite losing 3-2 on the night. Gala frittered away their 3-goal advantage from the first leg despite Juve going down to 10 men just seconds after the second half started, when Kelly was controversially sent off. Already leading through Locatelli's first half penalty, the hosts bravely forced extra time through goals from Gatti and Weston McKennie, while missing more chances to complete a glorious comeback. Ultimately, Galatasaray made them pay, as Bianconeri legs began to tire during the extra 30 minutes. First, Victor Osimhen coolly converted a close-range chance, before Yilmaz booked his team's progress from the playoff round just seconds before full-time. So in spite of racking an incredible XG of 5.06 from 28 attempts, compared to the visitors' 2.01, Juventus bow out, taking the sympathetic applause of their supporters. Meanwhile, Galatasaray can look forward to a clash with either Liverpool or Tottenham Hotspur next month, having progressed from their first Champions League knockout tie for 12 years, but only just. Again, another comeback from the Champions League's memorable night in Allianz Stadium. Once again, full-time whistle: Juventus 3, Galatasaray 2. On aggregate, Juventus 5, Galatasaray 7. Full time score Atalanta 4, Borussia Dortmund 1. On aggregate, Atalanta 4, Borussia Dortmund 3. Well, where to even start with that one? An absolutely electrifying finish to one of the standout Champions League ties in recent years ends 4-1 in Atlanta's favor, with Samardžic's last gasp penalty squeezing them past Borussia Dortmund by a 4-3 aggregate scoreline. Having wiped out Dortmund's two-goal lead with Scamacca and Zappacosta strikes in the first half, Atalanta were intent on completing their comeback right from the off in the second period. Ladea produced 2.61 xG overall and once again flew out of the traps, with Pasalic and Derun both forcing saves from Kobel before combining for what looked set to be the key goal in this tie. Derun's curling cross from the left was headed home by his fellow long-serving midfielder as Pasalic puts the hosts 3-0 up and into a 3-2 lead on aggregate. Borussia Dortmund wouldn't be counted out, however, and racked up 0.93 xG at the other end, with Girashi twice denied by Carnesecchi, either side Bayer rattling the woodwork. Substitutes would make the difference for the Black Yellows, though, and they drew level with 15 minutes left as Adeyemi makes it 3-3 on aggregates with a curling strike into the top corner. Further chances followed for Kristovic, Samardžić, and Kristovic again, but the fallout from the latter header eventually proved to be the decisive moment. A lengthy inspection from VAR resulted in Bensebaini being shown a second yellow card for a high boot on the Atalanta striker, with Schlotterbeck also being sent off from the Dortmund bench, and the resulting penalty was dispatched in expert fashion by Samardžić. His sweetly struck effort from 12 yards put Atalanta back into the lead overall, making it 4-1 and 4-3 on aggregate as the final whistle blew. As a result, Serie A will indeed have the representative in the Champions League's last 16 this season, as Atalanta complete the most stunning of comebacks from their first leg defeat to end Borussia Dortmund's European exploits in the process. What a game that was. Once again, full-time score, Atalanta 4, Borussia Dortmund 1, on aggregate, Atalanta 4, Borussia Dortmund 3. Full-time score, in Parc des Princes, Paris Saint-Germain 2, AS Monaco 2. On aggregates, PSG 5, Monaco 4. PSG advanced to the last 16 of the Champions League, where either Barcelona or Chelsea await, after overcoming Monaco in a 9-goal thriller. Monaco took the lead in the second leg through Akliouch's composed finish late in the first half, but the game completely swung on a red card shown to Koulibaly for two quick-fire bookings just before the hour. Marquinhos leveled barely a minute after the dismissal with a close-range tap-in before Kvaratskhelia followed up a rebound to give the Parisians a 2-goal advantage on aggregate. It appeared to be plain sailing from that point, but substitute Teze had other ideas as he fired home another time to set up a tense final 60 seconds or so, which saw Face spurn a chance to equalize with a headed chance. PSG accrued an XG of 2.13 on the night, compared to 1.16 from their opponents. Yet, it ended all square at Parc des Princes. Ultimately, though, it was Luis Enrique's men who advanced. Just about. 5-4 on aggregates. Full-time score, PSG 2, Monaco 2. On the night, 5-4 on aggregate. And that's why we love this competition. 90 minutes isn't always enough. Sometimes it takes extra time. Sometimes it takes one single kick at the death. And sometimes it just takes one moment of quality. Real Madrid moved like veterans. Galatasaray showed heart. Atalanta kept their nerve when it mattered most, and PSG proved they can respond under pressure. Knockout football doesn't care about reputations, it rewards composure. The second legs are coming, and if this is what we're getting now, imagine what's next. Let me know which game had you on the edge of your seat. I'll see you on the next European night. Take care.